Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC and we're going to talk about the current breakout we got and basically what type of structure we could be looking to the upside and at least for the short term, if the bears got any chance to basically reject the price, right? So just to get it started, as I said it previously, bulls, they got a 70% chance of a breakout, and then bears basically with a 30% chance of a breakout, right? Previous support was like 58 to 61, and upside target was like 77.50 to 79.50. We hit basically a 78.50. Okay, the bulls basically managed to push the price up to up to 71. I'm up to 78.01. Okay, so but the big question is now, are we going to be able to get up, another push to the upside up to 8K level before end of the week? I don't think we got, the bulls got enough volume, at least for the short term. I'm going to show you the volume, all right? Even though the volume is temporarily bullish, showing like a bullish momentum, I don't think we got enough chance before end of the week, all right, to get like a 8K 81 and stuff like that, because the weekly volume we've been anticipating over the last few days was like for this week, okay, the weekly volume we've been anticipating was just about like 450K to 480. On Binance, the volume is already for almost 400, okay, like a 380, something like that. I'm gonna show you the volume on Binance, right? So let's get it started with the indicators, right? When you take a look at the indicators, I haven't talked about the RSI for a while because it hasn't been giving us a good signal. But as you can see right now, if you follow this trend line, you can see, like, you might be thinking like, we bearish if you just like a short term, because you could be drawing this divergence within this range. All right, you could be like, oh, we're making high highs, but your RSI is basically relatively flat. But if you take a look at the entire structure, you can clearly see like RSI is basically following price. It's nothing crazy going on. Basically, RSI is going up, price is going up. Okay, so but what does it mean, at least for the short term? As you can see, price can try to retest the trend line within this range, and I'm going to show you about the wedge or the parallel channel. Right now we're making a wedge. I'm going to show you the wedge later on, right? So you can see, like, if we follow this parallel channel, it means like both RSI and your price action, they basically working together. It's not like you're not seeing any sort of divergence. Okay, RSI is making high highs, your price action is making high highs. So if we're gonna respect this trend, it most likely gonna try to the bulls, okay, they're gonna try to basically retest this level. And you take a look at your MACD. Even though basically MACD, you could be saying like it is bearish as of now. You could be drawing it. You could try to draw your MACD like this, but you just don't know if that's the top. That's a big question. Okay, but you could just anticipate like a possible double top and a higher high. That way, okay, we could eliminate the bullish setup of the RSI. As soon as we retest this level, our MACD going to be bearish, our RSI is not going to be bearish, still going to be bullish. Okay, so at least for the short term, we could start like seeing some bearish momentum if we retest this trend line up to this level of just about, it's like almost 8,500 if you're looking for a parallel channel. I know the market is pretty bearish, so market is not, most of us not try to basically draw like some bullish setup. Everyone is basically trying to draw some bearish setup. Okay, that's pretty much very bearish, and they're going to be looking for this wedge, right? Which is correct. Okay, it is absolutely correct, but it is very subjective, right? If bulls come out and say, oh, look at this, man, look at these bears, basically they're just some doom boys, right? So they're not paying attention to the parallel channel, but they are basically looking for a possible rejection where we we don't have basically a valid trend line right now. Both of them pretty valid, so you cannot say basically this one is correct or the other one is correct. But looking at the RSI and the MACD, if the RSI going to be retesting this level, we most likely going to retest the upper level of this boundary. It all depends when we're going to retest it. If like bulls take their time to go up, it's gonna be, you know, almost like a 88 to a 9k level. If they want to retest it right now, it could be up to like a 8400 range. And you take a look at 81 to just about 84. That was your previous resistance. So it is something like you just gotta be you gotta keep in mind. At least for the short term, we're about to get a bullish divergence, and not bullish divergence, but a bullish crossover. 21 EMA also, you know, crossing over your 100 EMA. We broke the resistance on the 100 EMA, which is very, very important. Okay, very important right now. So let's take a look at it on the 2-day chart right now. So 2-day chart, guys, if you've been following us, you know our main target to the upside, if we break 72.85, was our 2-day 100 EMA. So I did not pick any other 100 EMA, guys, not weekly, not monthly, not not weekly 21 EMA, but I specifically basically guys targeted the 21 EMA on the 2-day chart. As you can see, we basically got the rejection just about like a 7801 on Bybit, right? So can we break it? Absolutely, we can break it, but we're gonna require more volume, at least for the short term, not the type of volume we got currently. So volume gonna need to pick up. It is in favor of the bulls. As you can see, last time we started to drop, I was like, volume need to be bigger. Okay, the selling pressure we got in this range, I wasn't very comfortable, even though, all right, I was giving a slight bullishness, slight bearishness to the bears, right, and saying like we could drop. The volume was not convincing, and this big volume we got right around this area on the I think like on the 16th angle of the previous 3-day candles, right? So that was a good sign of a possible breakout if we break 72.85, and that's what we did exactly right now. So 3-day chart. 3-day chart is still struggling. That's the weakest one. All right, so it struggled very hard to break the 21 EMA, right? And right now it is struggling again to break basically the 100 EMA. All right, that was our target also. If you pay clear attention to our 100 EMA on the 3-day chart, we also targeted it. So basically we hit target 78 to 77.50 to 79.50, and still got a chance to break this 100 EMA. And then try to retest like a 79.50 and so on, right? But the bearish momentum, at least for the short term, we do not have enough bearish momentum as far as like a 2-day chart and a 2-day and 3-day chart, right? If you pay attention to your 2-1 EMA, you could try to find support just about like a 72 on our 2-1 EMA 3-day. It is just about like a 72.68, right? It could be a quick drop and price can get bought up, which is basically like a 72.85, right? You could be looking for like 72.85 or just 7300, right, to round it up, and basically up to like a 74. Basically 73 to 74 going to be our basically support level to pay attention to. We do not want to break this level of just about like a 68. Okay, that's going to be very, very bad in case like basically bulls let price drop below this support area. All right, 78, just about 78. Okay, that's like this 3-day candle support level. We got to be able to keep it at least for the short term, right? Now let's take a look at the weekly time frame, guys. I never targeted the 21 EMA, even though we got a nice confluence between the 21 EMA and our 100 EMA on the 3-day chart. I never targeted the 21 EMA. A very important rejection in terms of like a short-term rejection. Most people are going to be very bullish as soon as we break above the 21 EMA on let's take a look at it on Bitstamp. Most people are going to be very bullish as soon as we break this 21 EMA on the weekly basis. So let's see if the bull's going to be able to stay above next week. They're going to be able to stay above this 21 EMA. It is very important. I don't think we're going to break it this week. We can just fluctuate above and between the 21 EMA and current price. But if we close above it next week, just like I said about Ethereum, when Ethereum broke the 169 above the 25 EMA, it is going to be very bullish. So BTC breaking this level, we're just gonna have to wait and see within the next few days what we're gonna get. But at least for the short term, we got a 75% chance basically to go up to a 79 to a 8k level. Not sure if you're going to be able to close on the weekly basis and not, in this area, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Okay, so next week, even though going up to 8K is very possible, right? But staying at 8K, it is going to be the big challenge right now, because as you can see, guys, on the weekly basis, we're talking about let's go on Binance. On a weekly basis, I was expecting volume for this week to be just about like a 450 to 480, which is just about like 90% of last week volume. Last week volume was like 500,000. So if we got 500,000, 90% of it, minus 50, so you got 450. So we already got 350K just about this area, right? You can see it, right? So we only got now 100,000 basically for the next 2.5 days. It means, it is going to be a low volatility on average, just about like a 30,000 to a 40,000 trading volume daily. That's not a lot. Okay, that's not something like to be excited about for a breakout. It could just be like a, something to scalp and day trade, stuff like that, but not something to give us another 700 to 800 points within the next few days, right? Unless like we get a very big breakout. But talking about volume, it is going to be very important, because we're not going to be pushing to the upside this way, at least for the short term. For the bearish momentum, we're going to talk about it as soon as we basically get a cleaner rejection within this range. But the volume we're going to be expecting for the rejection could be a very big volume, guys. So as soon as we break this trend line, I wouldn't be looking forward to long BTC, guys, unless basically it gives us a possible a good setup. But if we break this trend line, we could be breaking it with a very engulfing big red volume, just like this one. We could possibly do that. All right, so it is something that we just have to keep in mind. So as you can see in this area, back in just about like 13K, right? 14K. As you can see, we got a nice price was making a beautiful high lows within this range, and as soon as we broke it, you can see we broke it with a very big volume. Okay, we broke it with a very big volume, even though volume was increasing, but the way we broke the trend line was was very, very important. So if we're going to be breaking this if like we're going to get a big volume within this range and break this trend line, that's going to be very, very bearish. All right, so let's take a look at the lower degree, 15 minutes. So 15 minutes time frame actually looking to turn very bullish very shortly. As you can see, 100 EMA on the 15 minutes after a pump. It is a very important support if you like a scalping and stuff like that, right? So as you can see, we got a very nice support. Your 100 EMA on your 15 minutes is most of the time your 200 EMA on your hourly. All right, so you can see like we got a nice support, but now we basically try to break this 201 EMA on the 15 minutes. So we could be coming back down to retest it. So it could just be an accumulation area within this range of just about 75 to a 74 level. Could be a accumulate, could just be like an area to be accumulated, at least for the short term. I wouldn't worry about this this rejection. It is just to basically scare you guys, but I wouldn't worry about this rejection, at least for the short term. As you can see, volume is picking up as price is basically decreasing. People selling, but volume is right there. So it is very accumulative, at least for the short term. So short term target to look for to the upside from the current high. We just could be anticipating another push to the upside. Even if like we retest the bottom just about like 74, it is still okay. We can still go back up to 0.786 for the short term within the next few hours, few days, stuff like that, right? Not the long term target, right? So we could be looking for just about like a 78 to just about 0.618 to 0.618 to 786, which is just about a 76 to 7680 range. Okay, 7680 to 76 range. All right, so which is a 0.618 to 50% pullback, at least for the short term, right? All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover for today. Just cover BTC in terms of lower degree and higher degree, at least for the short term, right? All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.